Tonight on Saturday Night Shop Talk, we're going to be talking about the 29-degree Acme Standard thread pitch gauge. That also came with, when you bought it from Brown Sharpe manufacturer, the 29-degree setting gauge. This was set on your compound rest, or if you were just going to grind up a tool to the correct pitch of 29 degrees. And how this works is, see, you have a number of threads. You have 1 inch. This is 1 1/8. This one's 2 inch. And this one is 3 inch. And what you do is you take your tool, and let's say this tool is not ground, and then you would put it right in the slot until you would grind it to the exact dimensions. See, I put it right up here, and see it's not fitting. So the reason why it's not fitting is because this is the bottom, and this is the top. And see, the top fits just snugly right in there. And what you do also is you put some clearance on here, right here. And I just put a 2-degree clearance. And then the top, I didn't even grind the top yet, but supposed to grind the top. That way it has a slight degree also. That way when you're cutting, it'll break the chip nicely. So, excuse me. So, when this thing was brand new, it was $3.30. And when you got this thing, it came in a little wooden box, and there were 6 of these setting gauges. And the reason why there were 6 is, you notice there's a hole cut here. That's for you putting on your keychain or putting on a necklace, wherever you want to put on. Because these probably got lost like a lot, I'd imagine, in the shop. So what you can also do with these neat little things is you can make worm gears out of them. And when you're making the worm gear, it's the same exact principle as the Acme thread. The only thing is different is the fact that with a worm gear gauge, which they do have worm gear gauges of these, that's number 720. I don't own one of those, but the only thing that's different is the degree, and the degree for the worm gear can also do involute gears, which means gear cutting. These can do gear cutting to make an involute gear. The only thing is, though, you'll have a odd one, which this one's the odd one. It's 1 1/8. Why someone make a 1 1/8 worm gear is beyond me, but who knows. But the worm gear gauge itself is pretty much, they're all they're all even numbers. So this is one is the only one was an odd number of 1 1/8. I mean, it has, I suppose it has its purpose. If someone wanted to make a 1 1/8 worm gear or involute gear, they can. But in order to do it, is you turn to page 186 in the Brown Sharpe Small Tools Handbook, and it has the mathematical formula right there to make the exact width and the exact depth for when you make your thread. So if you go to this, here is a chart, and this one is number 3, so it goes 1, 1 1/8, 2, 3, and if you follow 3 here, it tells you everything you need to know when you're cutting your thread. Everything. So that's very handy. I take a scrap piece of paper and I write down all the dimensions. That way I don't have this book down in shop. I like to keep this nice and neat. And then I know when I check the depth with your micrometer here, when I check the depth with it, I know I'm exactly where it's supposed to be. So that's it, guys. If you guys enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment below. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Bye.